Hey Puppy Trades! I wanted to do a video analysis update on the emerging markets, Canada, Taiwan, China, and the American large caps. Oh baby, we have a great video today and it is inspired by the unusual ETF options volume screen, one of my favorite screens. Let's look at these. Taiwan, 100 to 99% call bias with 1,803% unusual options volume. Canada, 99% call bias, 1,218% unusual options volume. The highly liquid EEM with 97% call bias, 895% unusual options volume. China, FXI, very liquid, 98% call bias with 757% unusual options volume. And we see also down here EFA with 567% unusual options volume, 99% call bias. Lots of calls being bought, strong bias, statistically significant. And so we're going to look at these ETFs. I looked at these last night, and what I noticed is that most of these were bought for this Friday or for the third Friday of January, what I call the January quad witching. There are 5 major expiration dates every year, and they are this: the third Friday of January, the third Friday of March, and the third Friday of June, followed by the third Friday of September and the third Friday of December. So what I like to do, I like to group the December expiration with the January expiration. I make that one big expiration season, a large rotation season. It has to do with tax loss harvesting. It has to do with the fourth quarter buyback. It has to do with the fund managers starting a new year. There's a lot of rotation catalyst that goes into the period from December 20th to January 20th. So let's look at America right now. SPYG, I've talked about wave 1, wave 2, big wave 3, ABC wave 4, and we held the 61.8% retracement. Wave 5 went all the way the length of wave 3, placed at the wave 4 low, and now we are at the equal legs target. And what I said in my last video is that when this green trend seeker indicator goes on the weekly for SPYG, American growth, large cap growth is going to top. Okay? Once these dots, which have been green, these dots have been fully green for over a year. They've been mostly green for a year and a half. Once these dots flip to orange, we are going to be in a bear market. Does that make sense? I hope everyone understands that very clearly. These dots have been green for over a year. They are going to flip to orange and red. When they flip to orange and red, we are going to see a large bear market in American growth. That's a very big deal. It's a very big change most people haven't seen for the past 13 months. They tasted it for about 3 weeks in 2023. And before that, statistically, most traders, unfortunately, have been wiped out. But we are going to see a bear market. Okay, and it is going to happen when these green dots flip to orange and red, using bar charts trend seeker indicator on SPYG as well as QQQ. So what's going on here? Well, in basketball, if you go watch a bunch of third graders play basketball, even the best teams aren't going to score more than 30 points. You go up to the middle school level, you get to 40 points. You go up to the high school level, you get to 50 points. You go up to the college level, you get to 60, 70, 80 points. And then what? You get to the NBA. And then every game, basically, every team is scoring more than 80 points. What's going on? Well, obviously the games are a little longer, but what's really happening, the offense is getting better. All right? The offensive talent is too good for the defense. So offense becomes the new defense. Having a more prolific offense becomes the new defense. What could the institutions be doing right now? It appears they are trying to defend against a bear market in American growth by rotating into Taiwan, into Canada, emerging markets, and China. So that's what we're going to get into in this video. So let's start with the emerging markets. Very beautiful. This is a large wave 1 and a wave 2. And from this low, a series of 1 ABC2, 1 ABC2, and yes, 1 ABC2 at the 78.6% retracement. But where the pattern has changed is we've gone 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we've broken this high of 44.64. That means we have formed at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves from this low. That means we have begun a new impulse sequence, which is exactly what these institutions bet on, where 895% unusual options volume was seen on the emerging markets ETF EEM. So that's where we see this had a 97% call bias. We look at EEM right now. This looks like ETF number 1 for rotation. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Wave 3 of wave 3 is expected to begin above 39.39. That can take EEM up into the low 60s before a shallow wave 4 and a wave 5 higher. Now we're going to look at Taiwan. EWT. Taiwan had 1,803% unusual options volume with a over 99% call bias. Looking at Taiwan, the weekly chart, 5-year, 1, 2, wave 3 makes the highest high on the RSI, shallow wave 4, and a wave 5 that ends with momentum divergence. Very clean. A, B, C correction ends wave 2 at the 100% extension of the length of wave A placed at the wave B high, being where wave C ends. Very clean. And then from this low, 1, 2, 1, 2 has formed. The invalidation of 39.75 has held, and we have seen wave 3 of wave 3 begin. I expect wave 3 of wave 3 will continue, and that we will see new all-time highs for Taiwan. This ETF is going to go into the mid-60s, the low 70s, and it is going to break this wave 1 high, forming the 5 waves up, 3 waves back, now completing the 5-3-5 to a new all-time high. That is Taiwan. Canada. Canada. What did Canada see? It's not just Asia. We see that Canada had, right here with EWC, 1,218% unusual options volume and a 98 or over 98% call bias. Looking at Canada, this is a 1, 2, big wave 3, making the highest high on the RSI, a shallow wave 4, and a wave 5 that ends with momentum divergence. Then we have an A, B, C, wave 2 correction, and from this low, 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 3 of wave 3 is in progress, and like I'm expecting EWT to do, it broke this wave 1 high of 41.12. That means the Canadian ETF, EWC, has formed an incomplete bullish sequence. And I am expecting, along with basically every Elliott wave theorist, that EWC is going to keep heading to 53. It's going to hold above 37.36, and it is going to head to 53. Okay, so this is more of the uptrend idea. This ETF is already in an uptrend compared to EEM and Taiwan and also China. We look at China, FXY. I've talked about KWEB, and today we got this rebound. I've talked about NEO as well, NIO. We see FXI had 757% unusual options volume with a 98% call bias. We go look at the Chinese large cap ETF. It forms a wave 1 and a wave 2, another wave 1, and another wave 2. Wave 3 of wave 3 is in progress. The length of wave 1 placed at the wave 2 low suggests wave 3 can go all the way to 42.41 before a shallow wave 4 and a wave 5 higher. It lines up with KWEB. KWEB forms a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave 1 and A, B, C wave 2. And then from this low, 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 3 of wave 3. The 78.6% retracement of 27 is the best downside level before wave 3 of wave 3 takes KWEB into the mid 40s with FXI.